Hey everyone, this is Amanda from Echo Consulting, and today I've got a quick video for you that's going over one of my favorite features in Smartsheet dashboards. So Smartsheet dashboards are a great way to roll up or consolidate project info, especially if you have really complex projects with a lot of sheets and a lot of data, and you need to get kind of the stats on that project and status updates all in one place without having to go through all of those different data points. So you'll see a sample dashboard in this video with some charts and a couple other features. But one of the things that I think can be a little challenging with working heavily in Smartsheet is that if you also use additional programs, so other apps or interfaces, it can be challenging to have to jump from one program to the next to make sure that you're getting all of the info that you need in order to work through your projects. So one of the really neat things about Smartsheet dashboards is that you can actually embed information from other platforms and other programs right into the Smartsheet dashboard space. And so we're going to go over that today using the example of Miro. Miro is a virtual collaboration tool or virtual whiteboard platform. We use it a lot here at Echo when we're doing any kind of remote brainstorming as a team, because we're a remote team. Also, we will diagram out some of our project build outs before we actually get into the build phase. So if we know we're going to be building some complex solutions for work management for our clients, we'll kind of plan out how it's all going to work together in Miro, and then we'll build based on that plan. So it's great for any kind of visual planning work. It's great for slide deck building. It's a fantastic platform, and we're going to dive into it today. So let's jump right in. I'm going to minimize this little window here. And so I've got a couple of tabs open in my browser already, and I am using the browser version of all these apps. Many of them now have their own desktop program, but I like to stay in the browser for these kind of things. So I've got a sample marketing dashboard, and so you can see this is what dashboards often look like. You've got your dashboard title, you can have some imagery, your logo, and then you've got kind of your rolled up project data. So you've got charts, you've got some reports, maybe you've got a form here or two. Lots that you can do with dashboards. But of course, you can probably guess all of this information comes right from Smartsheet, whether it's Smartsheet sheets, reports, all that kind of stuff. Now, I also have a Miro board open. So this is what Miro looks like. Obviously, I've got some content in here. Miro has this really great kind of interface where you can zoom out, get a really big picture scale, and then you can zoom in really close and get a lot of detail. And so the Miro board that I've created here, I'm using a template, and I just set up a sample 2024 calendar to set a scenario where, let's say, a marketing team is planning their content for the new year. This case, the new year being 2024. So I'm going to zoom in kind of close to the January calendar here, because you can see I've got some content sort of in the works already. So again, really great option if you just need to kind of have a space to brainstorm, collaborate, and just a starting point. And so you can see I've got some sticky notes here that have, different text on them that represents different types of content. That's a different video of how to build a content calendar in Miro or any other platform, but we're just going to use it as an example today. Now, what I'd really like to do here is, rather than having to go back and forth between my Miro board and my Smartsheet workflow or my Smartsheet dashboard that I use to get my work done, I'd like to have this Miro board in the Smartsheet dashboard. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to double check something here. So when you are in Miro, if you want your content to be shareable, you do need to select the specific share permissions. And I think I already set this up. I did, but I'm just going to go through this really quickly. So there's a couple options here. You can invite people. You can invite folks within your team, your organization team. And you can also just generate a link for anybody who has the link with a certain level of permissions. I would like everyone who has this link to be able to edit the Miro board, because I want folks to be able to go into my Smartsheet dashboard, see the Miro board in its most accurate form, and then potentially even adjust that Miro board so that we can really work right out of our Smartsheet dashboard rather than having to go back and forth. So I do want anyone with the link to be able to edit this. I'm going to copy the board link, and then I'm going to go back to my Smartsheet dashboard. When you want to embed something into a dashboard, you want to hit this little pencil icon. That's how you edit it. And then we're going to go to this plus sign. That's how you add a widget. So I'm just going to hit the plus sign. I'm going to go down to add web content. And then you can see I get this blank space here, which gives us the option to embed. So I just want to say add content, paste my link, apply. And you can see it's already pulling up the Miro board that we just came from. So I'm just going to show really quickly again. Here it is in my Smartsheet dashboard. Here is the original Miro board right in the Miro app, or right in the Miro interface. So now we've got Miro embedded in our Smartsheet dashboard. There's a couple options here when you create a widget. You can add a title, right? So I could say Miro marketing board. And then if you wanted to, especially if you were doing this for a client, or if you wanted to match your company's branding, you could change some of the coloring here. You can change the text kind of formatting, right? So that's an option too. I'm just going to take that out for today. We don't really need that in this space. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to click outside of this. I'm going to click the widget itself, and I'm going to make it bigger because I want this widget to be the full size of my dashboard so that I can really see it well. I'm going to hit save. And so now you can see that when I come to my Smartsheet dashboard, if I scroll all the way to the bottom, there's my Miro board. I can zoom right in. I can move around on it. I can even add stuff, right? So the only other thing I want to do here, oh, I clicked the link on accident. I want to edit this one more time, and I want to bring this Miro board up to the forefront. So I'm just going to click and drag it. I'm going to scroll up, and I'm going to drop this right below all of the charts, because that to me feels like a nice place to drop all the kind of visual elements of the dashboard. And for some reason, these guys, they moved out of place. So we're just going to put them back. One of the nice things about Smartsheet dashboards, if you have never tried this, you can actually select more than one widget at the same time. This is a relatively new feature. It's pretty exciting. So you can click and drag, but I just kind of went through individually, and then you can move them all at the same time. I'm going to hit save. Okay, and then just to double check and make sure this saved properly, I'm going to refresh this page. So what we should see is those charts at the top of our dashboard, and then our Miro board embedded right in this space. And there it is, right? So we can zoom in, we can zoom out, we can get a sense of what other things are on this board, and we can edit our Miro board directly from our Smartsheet dashboard. So again, I find this so helpful for if you've got a project with a lot of different elements to it, you use multiple programs or apps in that project workflow, and you want to be able to consolidate all of that project information as much as possible into one place. That way you're not jumping from one program to the next, you're not having to toggle windows, you're not having to switch context over and over again. And that really just streamlines the process of getting your work done. So I hope this was helpful. If you've got questions about Smartsheet dashboards, Miro boards, project workflows, anything like that, our YouTube channel is a great resource. It's Echo Consulting is our channel name. You can also head over to our website. It's echoprojectmanagement.com. But I hope this is helpful, and thanks so much for listening.